Ever since the rock world lost one of the greatest guitarists of all time, Eddie Van Halen, there has been rampant speculation about a tribute project, some sort of a massive tribute performance in memory of Eddie Van Halen, a great way to honor him, a great way for his longtime bandmates and longtime friends to pay tribute to someone who meant so much to so many people. But unfortunately, for one reason or another, that just hasn't happened, and arguably the most reliable source on all things Van Halen comes from none other than Wolfgang Van Halen, a member of Van Halen himself. He is now weighing in on this, saying that he wants it to happen, but unfortunately there are people that are making this very difficult. Now, he doesn't name anyone specifically, and he's not trying to bash anybody here, but anybody who can read in between the lines that knows a little bit about Van Halen's history can probably guess what's going on here. Here's what he had to say in this interview to Rolling Stone. Wolfgang said, quote, "What I can say is that there was an attempt at doing something, but I don't like to speak negatively about people, but there are some people that make it very difficult to do anything when it comes to Van Halen. After being in Van Halen for a long time, I really have strived to have an environment where there's no walking on eggshells and there's no personality that you have to deal with. It's just guys having fun making music and just having a good time. But from my time in Van Halen, there was always some stuff that gets in the way from just making music and having a good time. And I think that's what happened. I would love to just sit here and say everything and say the truth. There are plenty of interviews my dad did where he straight up just said everything, and people hated him for it and thought he was lying. So I could just say shit, but people have already decided how they feel about things, facts or not. So I can say the facts, but that may not align with how certain people feel. I know how Van Halen fans get. They are very motivated by which specific people they like in the band, and it's just not worth it. We made an attempt, and some people can be hard to work with and made it not happen." He added, "When it comes to Van Halen and decision-making overall and what Van Halen does, it's Al, and then I'm here and supportive. I basically help make the decisions that Dad would be here to make." Wolfgang, for his part, wants this to happen. He says he would really like to do something, but the idea just never really got off the ground. He says, quote, "Look at anything that happened with Van Halen. And look how things have fallen apart, The fact that in my tenure in Van Halen, we managed to do 3 tours, put an album of original material out, and a live album is a fucking miracle. People love to pin every decision Van Halen has ever made on my dad. But Al's the brain. Al has been the guy forever. He's the dude. When it comes to Van Halen, Dad just wanted to play guitar. But Al's mentality, and it's the mentality that Van Halen took for the entirety of its band, it's that nothing's worth talking about unless it's happening. So the reason there's been nothing that has been talked about from Van Halen, the official channels, is because nothing's happened. And I just know that will stir people up and piss them off, but that's how the operation is run. And here you have it right here. Just as I said earlier, Wolfgang was asked about people speculating this may have something to do with David Lee Roth. Wolfgang did not point any fingers. He simply responded saying, quote, "I would say do your research on the history of Van Halen and come to your conclusions." And of course, for his part, Wolfgang Van Halen's musical talent was on display with the release of his debut record with Mammoth WVH, in which he sings on all of the songs, plays all of the instruments, and composed all the songs. His talent speaks for itself, and it's a great record if you haven't listened to it. You will be hard-pressed to find anybody who plays all of the instruments, maybe other than Dave Grohl, but we wish him all the best. It would be great to see these living members of Van Halen to be able to gather all of these fans together in one place and celebrate the legacy of the all-time great, the legend, the Michael Jordan of guitar playing, the one, the only, Eddie Van Halen. That's your latest update from Rockfeed. Be sure to click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on future stories. Check out the recommended videos on your screen and visit rockfeed.net for more.